our show. This is a show prepared from the 5th and the 6th grade. During this second term, they had to learn about the Renaissance art, and instead of the same test every term, they decided to make it in a different way, to express themselves in a different way. So it's a play prepared by them. It's called The Season of Giants, from the same movie with the same title, directed by Jerry London, one of the most famous. I want to thank all the teachers that helped us. Our music teacher, Miss Vesla, for the songs and for the dance, Mr. Scott for his help with the scripts and the movie and all the materials, Miss Julie for the makeup. And also, I want to thank the parents that helped us for the decoration of our stage, Mr. Raymond de Sufay and Mr. Ilir Mulay. I hope you will enjoy it, and let's leave the stage for our students.
The Renaissance, the rebirth of learning, art and science, began in the 14th in Italy and gradually spread to other European countries. Renaissance thinkers studied the works of ancient Greek and used them as basis for new ideas in art, mathematics, medicine, and science. One of the great artists of Renaissance was Michelangelo, famed for his sculptures like David and his painting on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Botticelli, Donatello, Tiziano, and Raphael were extraordinary artists who influenced the style of art centuries afterward. Leonardo da Vinci was the complete Renaissance man. He was interested in every aspect of life. His paintings and sculptures demonstrated new concepts of harmony, proportion, and style. April 1492, at the turn of the 15th century, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo da Vinci created their masterpieces while dealing with religious persecution, political turmoil, and the discovery of the Americans.
I want you to know, these works of yours give me a feeling of great serenity. You are given a gift at birth, knowledge of beauty, never betrayed.
A few months later, after the death of Lawrence the Magnificent.
Alright, it's the biggest block of marble that either of us is likely to see. But it's flawed, and look at the mess Agostino di Duccio made of it. He must have thought of sculpting a prophet. This would have been the knot to tie his cloak with. No wonder, it's been lying here gathering dust for a quarter of a century. Nobody could carve a complete figure from that. Hit it in the wrong place once and it would split into little pieces. I'll tell you, this giant cannot be conquered.
Will you do something for me?
If I can.
If you hear that they're commissioning someone to carve the giant, you let me know, promise?
I'll promise, but
I know there's a figure in there somewhere, alive, imprisoned in the block. I don't know what it is. I just know it is there. Only a great sculptor will be able to find it, set it free one day. When I freed it, I'll be the pride of Florence.
One day in the church, Michelangelo met Father Savonarola.
You craftsmen have lost your way. Painters and sculptors have filled the churches with their own vanity. You're also obsessed with the human beauty. You have forgotten its divine aspect. Sacred art is trying to stimulate the sense and not elevate the soul. Go out, study nature. It will teach you that God creatures are beautiful because they reflect their maker.
It was a difficult time in Florence, and Michelangelo lived and tried his luck in other cities of Italy. After a while, he missed Florence so much he decided to go back. Meanwhile, even Leonardo da Vinci had gone back to Florence.
No, I'm not saying that the work of a sculptor is less important than a painter. I do them both. I do know that the sculptures are all covered with dust and dirt, while painters are cleaner overall.
Well, what do you know? You told us that you tried to carve a horse in bronze one, but it didn't come out so perfect. So from the shame, you had to throw it away, and all of Milan laughed at you. Be careful, Leonardo. Don't fly so high, your wings will catch fire.
Meanwhile, Michelangelo was called to Rome to carve his first big sculpture, that be it.
Do you know I'm so famous? I'm the only piece Michelangelo ever signed. Some remarked that was the work of another sculptor, Cristoforo Stellari, whereupon Michelangelo signed the sculpture. He carved Michelangelo's Buonarroto's Florentino's Faceba, Michelangelo Buonarroti Florentino's Maidless, on the sash running across my chest. The signature ink is the one used by the ancient Greek artist Polykleitos. It was the only work he ever signed. Vasari also reports that Michelangelo later regretted his outburst of pride and swore never to sign a work of his hands. Michelangelo's interpretation of me was far different than the previous other created. It sculptured me as a young and beautiful Mary, rather than an old woman around 50 years of age. Michelangelo's treatment of the subject was influenced by his passion. Dante Divina Commedia, Vergine Madre, Figlia de tu Figlio, Virgin Mother, daughter of her son.
What brings you to Rome?
A promise to remember the giant. It's going to be commissioned, and guess to who?
Leonardo!
And that's when Michelangelo returns to Florence.
You cannot give that commission to a man who does not appreciate sculpture. This is a crime. That giant has obsessed me for life. You cannot give it to Leonardo. I want it. I've always wanted.
You're an arrogant man and so rude.
I'm sorry. But it's the first thing I've asked.
Yes, I remember. Do you really learn from the giant?
Yes.
Okay, take it then. It's yours.
You won't regret it. I promise. I locked myself behind... the cathedral, hammered and chiseled for 3 long years. Every block of stone has a sculpture inside it, and it is the task of the sculptor to find it. What is Leonardo doing?
I heard he's painting a portrait, La Mona Lisa, the young wife of Francesco de Giocondi.
We painters are so lucky. We just need to think about the light. Look at the sun and think about its beauty. Close your eyes and open them again. And what you see now is not like before. And what it was before, you cannot see it anymore. Ha ha ha. If I have to sculpt you, I first have to see the reflection on a black marble. Meanwhile now, you can see that I covered all of the curtains with black. That I covered all of the walls with black curtains. Now I just need to find where is the perfect light and the color.
You moved! She's tired. I don't blame her.
No, a moment ago she was really beautiful, and now that moment is gone. How can somebody capture a moment of glory?
But it's not her portrait. You did it so different. It's strange and weird.
I want to see it into her vein, the sky blinding and all the sense, no desires have to love and possess her.
Stop! I finished. You are saying you are done for today? For why do you say I'm done? You never finish your work.
For how can you say a painting is finished? I always find something that I want to redo.
My painting depicts the best example of sfumato, a technique that gives me an enigmatic smile. Several tiny letters and numbers have been discovered in my eye. These letters and numbers are not visible to the naked eye, but yet, when a magnifying glass is used, they can be clearly seen. The letters LV are found in my right eye, and it is assumed that they might symbolize the name of the painter. Leonardo did not give the painting to Giocondo family, but kept it himself and took it to Milan, to Rome, and to France. I revel in nice paintings. My post broke tradition. Previously, portraits were invariably full length. Leonardo introduced the waist up, hand full on lap approach, which allowed for a much more intimate treatment. So my painting was one of the first portraits that Leonardo had ever done. Leonardo introduced all my just my chin and everything. My pose have been always very famous. Since the completion around 1519, my painting had been always highly regarded. It was owned by Francis King and Emperors before finally settling into the Louvre. My smile is 83% happy, 9% disgust, 6% fearful, 2% angry, less than 1% neutral, 0% surprised. Leonardo, my friend, will my portrait be finished? No other artist is here to finish the portrait.
You accept it's finished? What a strange idea. There are paintings all over Italy that the great Leonardo has started but not completed.
Meanwhile, in Michelangelo's studio, Soldierini came for a visit.
So, what do you think?
If you permit me, I have to say the nose is too big.
Too big?
Yes, if you can make it a little bit smaller.
And now?
Now it's better. Too much better than before. Now it's perfect. You gave him life now.
In spite of opposition of a committee of fellow artists, I insisted that the figure should stand upon Palazzo Vecchio as a symbol of our republic. I had my way. Archways were torn down. Narrow street widened. It took 40 men 5 days to move it. Once in place, all Florence was astounded. A civic hero, he was awarded. Whoever governed Florence should govern justly and defend it bravely. Eyes watchful, the neck of a bull, hands of a killer, the body, a reservoir of energy, he stands poised to strike.
I have to admit it. He's so beautiful. He is so beautiful that I think the next problem is going to be what he will do next.
Your David is the prophet of the future, predicted from Genovese, Colombo, and from Vespucci.
Every block of stone has a statue inside it, and it is a task of the sculptor to find it. I saw the angel and carved until I set him free. Imagine, David stared at Goliath, a huge mountain in front of him. He picks up a small stone and feels the stone becoming heavier. He shot it straight at Goliath's forehead. Every block of stone has a sculpture inside it, and it is a task of the sculptor to find it. It's complete. It is the most beautiful thing I've ever done. And I don't know what else I can do.
When Michelangelo was born in 1475, 2 other men had already started to work on the piece of marble. That will be me. When Michelangelo got the marble block, it was shaped funny. It was tall and narrow and bent to one side. Michelangelo loved the giant though. I will be the largest statue in Florence. I will be also different. No sword, no helmet, no arms. I am David before the fight.
Maybe now you have to do something totally different, like Leonardo.
The show hasn't finished yet. Who has... Oh, me too. Hold it.
It's another time for Rome and Florence now is the Pope Julius II. And Michelangelo and Leonardo were called by Soderini to paint some frescoes for the council's room.
So, you chose the best wall with the best light.
Too bad for you. This thing was promised me before, and I think we have to have the same ideas to decorate this room. I was thinking to paint the Battle of Algahar. What do you think?
I haven't decided yet, but for sure I'm not gonna do the same as you.
I was thinking in a collaboration.
We were called here for confrontation, not a collaboration.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, I'm Raffaello. Your Last Supper is a legend. Everyone says it is a mystery. I'm dying to see it.
For that, you must go in Milan.
I always dreamed of knowing you. I have a lot to learn.
Don't trust the master. I've learned that the best teacher is to be alone and learn by his experience and how superior is the nature and the books.
I hope to do the same as you.
All you need to learn is here. You can forget about Michelangelo.
No, he's different. He's totally different. He's great.
Our Raphael is a noble soul, an angel.
In Michelangelo's room.
So,
Hello, I'm Raffaello Santi from Urbino. I'm here to learn from you. I hope to get some advice from you.
advice for what?
I'm a painter.
And I, a sculptor. I'm here only to show Leonardo not to disrespect my profession. Your father was a painter and a very good one, so you better follow his advice.
But I am following that, and that from Perugino and Pinturicchio as well.
The only advice that a young painter needs to follow comes from Donatello.
And what is that?
Draw, draw, and draw, and don't waste your time.
So, I won't waste your time anymore.
Very surprising. It's like a force of news. I don't have anything to say. I just don't agree with all of those muscles. They make me think of walnut under the skin. But it's very completed and original, even if it doesn't represent a good episode of the Florentine War.
So this is your concept of a heroic Florentine war. You represent as a huge massacre when actually only one person died.
But you don't understand. What you judge as a massacre is my vision of war as crazy as a beast.
The same vision that did the fragility.
I suggest you stop criticizing each other and move on.
What am I doing, Life? It was suggested the paint with a Greek mud will give a great light and a splendor to paint never seen or done before by other painters.
Do you know what is the risk that you are taking? The world may not observe the mixture. There are paintings all over Italy. The world may not observe the mixture. Why you want to be different from all the others?
But because we're all different. Each life is different in all of our moments. My life is to enlarge the knowledge of humanity.
I knew that.
Hurry up, Solari! We have to put up the fire. Hurry!
Meanwhile, Michelangelo was called to Rome by the Pope to work on his grave, but after many misunderstandings and disagreements between them, the Pope gave him another commission to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
I don't want to do the ceiling. Give it to Raphael. He's a good painter. I want to do the grave. I'm not a painter.
Sculptor, painter, you were the one that said it's just a matter of words. So I'm expecting that to make the diamond of my Vatican.
If you permit me, my holiness, if Master Michelangelo doesn't want to...
I'm not a painter.
For me it's the same. You will paint my Sistine.
I know Sabandi else, a very good painter, my nephew, Raphael.
Yes, give it to him.
No! Painters, sculptors, I don't care. I want you to paint my Sistine and you will paint it.
Even if he's going to accept the commission, he'll need years of Venus the fresco. Lopar will lose his pieces, so I'm going to propose him to work with you.
I don't know where to start. Michelangelo is very good. I admire him. He was one of my ideals, and even he has not painted such a huge space before.
He left. Oh! I am here to give you the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Take it. I don't want it. I'm not a painter. I'm not a painter. I haven't painted frescoes since I was a student.
Raphael will never be Michelangelo.
I am giving you the opportunity to be a great master of painting, but you just want to go on drawing beautiful women.
I painted them for life, but I'm changed now. This is the school of Athens, the theater of all the knowledge. You are Leonardo is Plato, you are Heracles. I've heard you so many times repeating his words that for me each of us has been given his possibilities. So we can't throw them away. That's why I won't paint the Sistine. The whole meaning of my life will be shown here in this fresco. In this fresco, I'll try to explain to the people our lives, our courages, and our professions are mixed together to show a great triangle. A triangle made by you, Leonardo, and me.
Leonardo, what are these drawings? The birds are beautiful. You have them actually flying across the paper.
These are designed for flying machines. Someday men will fly.
And what are these contraptions, Mangangananga?
They will help men fall from the sky without crashing.
Your Honor, possibly you should build this ship too. It's designed to sail underwater and to attack enemy ships.
I haven't finished all of the detail yet.
My friend Leonardo, you have an amazing mind. Even if you never finish your projects, your ideas are future thinkers. I'm glad that you kept so many journals and papers so others can see your ideas.
If they can ever read his note, right on left hand and backwards, haha.
After 5 long years, Michelangelo finished the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
Wait, his costume dangling from the ceiling. I'm goitered like a lumbered cat, or wherever else their throats grow fat. It's my belly that's beyond concealing. It hangs beneath my chin like peeling. My beard points skyward. I see him a bed. Upon his back I breathe and splat. On my face the pain is congealing. Loins concertina in my gut. I drop an arse's counterweight and move without the help of eyes. Like a skin martyr I abut, on air and wrinkled show my fat. Bow like a string toward the skies. No wonder then I sighs. Think crookedly, I'm on all fours. Bend blowpipes send their darts of course. Defend my Liber's cause. Good Giovanni from all strictures. I have lived in hell and paint his pictures. Alicio, close the curtain. Real talk.
Okay, let's give a warm round of applause to all of our students who participated in our show today. Come on out, guys. And to Miss Ida for coordinating our show today. And she worked very hard translating this movie into English so that we could do the script. And Miss Vera, of course, for all of the food and refreshments that we'll have after this. Thank you very much, everybody. Ida.
Thank you everyone and every student. They worked so hard. I love them. Now, if you want, we had prepared something for you. You may enjoy it.